Seahawks fans, hold on to your seats. Something big just dropped. A new player is about to change the game for Seattle, and it could shake up the roster in ways no one saw coming. Trades, returns, and a game-changing signing, all while key players are coming back from injury. Are the Seahawks quietly building a team that could storm the playoffs? Let's break it down. Welcome back, Seahawks Nation. Big news is hitting Seattle right as we speak. The Seahawks have just signed wide receiver, running back, and returned specialist Vis Jones Jr. This isn't just another roster move. This is a signing that could shift momentum, give the offense new sparks, and create options the team has been missing all season. Now, if you've been watching, you know the Seahawks have had their share of challenges this year with injuries. Rabias, Derek Hall, Devin Witherspoon, and Julian Love, some of the team's top talents, have all been sidelined for multiple games. But this Monday, we got our first real glimpse at the Seahawks getting healthy in practice. Seeing these key players moving again, that's a huge boost. Seattle is finally starting to breathe again, and the timing couldn't be better. Back to Vis Jones Jr. He spent most of the season with the Saints, and before that, he was drafted by the Bears in the 3rd round. He's got incredible skills, speed, versatility, and the ability to make plays in space. But let's be honest, he's had some struggles. Fumbling has been an issue. That said, the Seahawks saw the opportunity and pounced. He's already familiar with NFL defenses, has experience returning kicks, and could be exactly the spark Seattle needs. The big question now is how Pete Carroll and Shane Waldron will use him. Will he step in as a return specialist, or will he get a chance to run specialized defensive plays? Could he give extra depth while Torrey Horton and George Hani find their rhythm? Or is he the piece that turns special teams into a serious weapon for Seattle? There's a lot to watch here, and Seahawks fans should be excited. This signing could pay big dividends. With the trade deadline approaching and key players coming back, Seattle is positioning itself for a big second half of the season. The combination of health returning, new talent like Vis Jones Jr., and smart roster moves could make this team a serious threat to any opponent in the NFC. Seahawks fans, this is the moment to get excited, get vocal, and get ready. Drop your thoughts below. How do you see Vis Jones Jr. being used? Special teams magic, offensive weapon, or both? Let's hear it. The Seahawks are getting pieces of their puzzle back. And let me tell you, this is the moment that could redefine the season. Defense, offense, and special teams are about to get a boost that fans have been waiting for. Seattle is finally seeing the light at the end of the injury tunnel. Monday practice gave us our first real look at key players getting closer to full health. Rabias, Derek Hall, and Julian Love were all out on the field, moving, stretching, and showing signs of life that Seahawks fans have been craving. Devin Witherspoon wasn't there during the media session, so we'll keep a close eye on his progress. But the momentum is undeniable. Derek Hall stood out immediately. Seeing him in full gear even in a non-contact practice was encouraging. For an edge rusher returning from a core injury, a grueling obstacle as we've seen with players like Jadeveon Clowney, just seeing him run, cut, and get back into football shape is monumental. This guy is a game changer when healthy, and the Seahawks defense is already buzzing about the difference his presence will make. Julian Love was back on the field as well, taking part in stretches and light drills. While he's not yet running full speed, having your defensive captain back is more than just stats on a sheet. It's leadership, communication, and order in the secondary. Ty and Kobe have stepped up admirably, but the voice and presence of Love can't be replaced. When he's back, breakdowns in coverage and communication will drastically decrease, and the defense will truly feel complete. Offensively, the return of fullback Robbie Utz is monumental. Seeing him back in shape, massive, chiseled, and ready to lead the way, signals that the Seahawks running game is about to get a huge boost. For weeks, the rushing attack has been hampered without a full complement of the backfield. With Utz back, holes will open, schemes will click, and the offense will gain the balance it desperately needs. Imagine defenses having to respect both the run and the pass. Suddenly Sam Darnold's reads get easier, Jackson Smith-Njigba finds more room, and the entire offensive rhythm improves. This is the Seahawks at close to 100% health, and it's exhilarating to think about. 5-2 is already impressive given the injury setbacks. Now, add in a nearly fully healed roster. The potential for dominance in both phases of the game is staggering. The defense will be tighter, the offense faster, and the running game, finally, legitimate. Now, Seahawks fans, here's the question for you. Which returning player are you most excited to see make an impact first? Derek Hall charging off the edge, Julian Love barking out signals in the secondary, or Robbie Its opening lanes for the rushing attack? Drop it in the comments below. And yes, make sure you've spammed Jones already. One last funny note. Mike McDonald was asked if there would be any changes to the offensive line. His response? A classic, almost comically offended. No changes. That's Mike McDonald for you, calm on the surface, but with that unmistakable edge when it comes to the offensive line. Some fans might bristle at the decision, but this is the Seahawks philosophy. Trust the players, trust the system, and let the team prove itself on the field. The Seahawks' offensive line has been a patchwork at best, and if they don't fix it soon, it could cost them big. But the trade deadline is looming, and John Schneider always loves to shake things up at the last second. The offensive line, it's been a roller coaster this season. And right now, the spotlight falls squarely on Anthony Bradford at right guard. Let's be honest. He hasn't lived up to expectations. He was supposed to be a run-blocking powerhouse, the guy who would open holes and anchor the line. In reality, his run blocking is okay. But his pass protection leaves a lot to be desired. Every time you watch Sam Darnold step back, the pressure he feels is a reminder that Bradford's game just isn't consistent enough at this level. Contrast that with the rest of the line. Abe Lucas is performing at or above his extension level, and Charles Cross? He should have been extended yesterday. Every snap he plays reminds you that the Seahawks are building a cornerstone. Gray Zabel, the rookie, has been everything you could have hoped for, and then some. Jalen Sundell has been fine, holding his own. But Bradford, it's frustrating. Here's the kicker. Even if Christian Haynes comes back from IR, he lost the starting battle to Bradford at the start of the season. That leaves us stuck in this limbo, where fans are screaming for a change, but the Seahawks appear committed to staying the course. Personally, I would have loved to see Oluwaluyimi get a shot at center or have Sundell slide over to right guard. It's about exploring every option to strengthen this line, because the team's success hinges on it. But there's another layer here. The truth is, we aren't at every practice, we aren't in the film room daily. We don't know exactly how the players around Bradford are performing. So, maybe Bradford's struggles are partially masked by the performance of others. Still, watching him out there, you can't help but ask, why not make a move? Why not bring in someone who can stabilize this line and give the Seahawks a chance to dominate up front? Offensive line aside, the trade deadline is coming fast, and that's where things get exciting. John Schneider has a reputation for last-minute surprises. Remember Leonard Williams? Seahawks fans know that big moves can come suddenly, shaking up the roster and the season in one bold stroke. There's a feeling in Seattle right now, a sense that something could be brewing. Could we see an offensive line shakeup? Or maybe a completely unexpected addition that changes the game? This is the Seahawks world. A mix of calculated patience and high-stakes timing. And right now, every fan should be watching the clock, because the next move could redefine the season. Seahawks fans, history tells us one thing. John Schneider doesn't just make trades, he changes seasons. Could another blockbuster move be on the horizon? Think back 2 years. The Seahawks were searching for a spark on the defensive line, and John Schneider made it happen. He called the New York Giants, orchestrated a trade, and Leonard Williams became a Seahawk. That move didn't just fill a roster spot, it transformed the defense. Suddenly, opponents had to rethink everything when they faced Seattle. It wasn't just a good defense. It became a force to be reckoned with, one that could dominate games and lift the entire team's confidence. Then last year, another masterstroke. Ernest Jones IV arrived in a trade, and the defense flipped yet again. From good to great, from competent to truly special. And that brings us to now. Seahawks fans, the pieces are falling into place, and my windy fingers are tingling. It feels like something big is brewing. Look at the timing. The trade deadline is looming, and Schneider has a track record of acting at exactly the right moment. Every fan remembers how these last-minute deals have paid dividends. And now, with the NFC West seeing shakeups elsewhere, the 49ers hampered by injuries, the Rams perhaps hesitant, the Seahawks have a prime window to make a power move. Even the whispers around the league hint at it. Analysts are saying an NFC West team is going to pull the trigger on a major trade. And we all know the Seahawks front office isn't afraid to be that team. Mike McDonald was asked straight up at Monday's press conference, "Will the Seahawks make a trade? Are talks happening?" His answer? A grin and a confident, "We are always active. That's not just PR talk. That's a signal that something is moving behind the scenes." Seattle fans, history has shown us. When Schneider acts near the deadline, it changes the trajectory of the season. Could it be an edge rusher? A cornerback? Maybe someone to shake up the offense? Whatever it is, it has the potential to elevate this team from contender to true Super Bowl threat. The next few weeks will be critical. Watch closely, stay alert, and prepare yourself because when John Schneider makes a move, the Seahawks don't just adjust, they transform.